And
And
we
we
are
are
live
live.
on the Impact Money
Welcome,
Show.
welcome to Impact Money. Welcome on your TVs on Smart Money Culture TV there in Texas and Louisiana, as well as streaming around the world. David, how are you, sir?
Everything is okay. We had a lovely St. Patrick's Day here in Ireland. It was my first St. Patrick's Day on the island, and it is a noble holiday. They have the day off today. It's a banker's holiday, and so there was no holding back the entire weekend, and it was quite lovely. Probably will remember
It's quite lovely. I'm still recovering. No. Anybody
it.
that wonders if the banks are really in control, think no further than a banker's holiday.
Oh yeah, that's a staple too.
Yeah,
And
yeah, they don't
yes,
call them bankers holidays here in the U.S. They just say it's a holiday or federal holiday or whatever we call it. We disguise it a bit more. In Europe, they're like, bankers holiday, bankers holiday.
they blame it on the bankers.
They blame it on the bankers. So was it as wild and crazy as it is in certain parts of the U.S.?
Yes, every bit. Of course, the U.S. really knows how to do St. Patrick's Day. I think that they probably exaggerate it even more in the U.S., but it's all there. That everybody's wearing green, and there's parades and joyful events. We saw our guy, the mighty Joe Ward, pro boxer, won his match on Friday night at Madison Square Garden, and then he was in the parade here yesterday. So it's
Nice.
a nice event.
All right. Well, cool. Well, there's a lot going on today. Of course, as you can see in the title, we have, of course, Putin won. And he gets out there and he says, "Don't mess with us. If you mess with us, you're gonna lose." And Trump is also up. He's pretty much appearing unstoppable. Although they are really trying at everything here, but you have to just think that they're gonna all fall to the wayside like the Republicans did. I mean, you had all those Republicans. No, he's not going to be the nominee. No, 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 no. Paul Ryan, all these guys. It'll never happen. This and that and the other. And then, of course, there he is as the nominee. So probably that will continue. Bitcoin is, of course, appears to rebound fairly nicely. It went down, touched 65K. Now it's back up around 69 or something like that. Solana is on an absolute tear, unbelievable. Up 40% on the week, 207 right now. Really impressive. Everything that's going on there. Stocks are edging up, especially tech stocks. Tech stocks are up. Oil is sticky above $80, guys. So that means that the inflation is going to get even more. We're going to have more inflation. It's going to cost more to ship things, cost more to fly, cost more to drive the trucks, everything else. So you're gonna feel that, and that has been above 80 since for about 5 days, 4 or 5 days now. And I do think I was actually surprised it took as long as it did to get that high, to be honest. But it did. It stayed below for quite a while. The Houthis have now expanded their area of operation, and instead of just closing off the Red Sea to all Israel ships and ships going bringing goods and services to Israel until Israel stops bombing Gaza, they have now expanded that from the Red Sea to also include the Indian Ocean. So really ratcheting up. And as well, I don't have the report in front of me, but they also told Israel that they should probably stay out of a certain place in the West Bank, because they're going to be testing their new arms that they have over there. So stay out. So that's going to keep ratcheting up. No end in sight, really. Netanyahu is under fire. This guy is definitely under fire. And Biden has come out and said a few things. I think there's like 40,000 people dead or something like that over there. Doesn't seem to be any end game now, of course, as they target Lebanon and everything else. He's got a lot of protests going on there in Israel as well. And this wouldn't be the first time that he has lost power, and then they try to prosecute him. I think seems to be the deal. So we'll see how that plays out. But usually when this many calls to get rid of the person go out, normally I feel like he must be on his way out for whatever reason. So that'll be interesting. But closing off these trade routes is pretty big. Closing off the Red Sea, of course, was big in itself. But now we're going to start having ships get hit in the Indian Ocean. That's big. That's big. The Houthis, they're pretty funny. So I'm going to gold is down slightly. Let me just pull this up here. Gold is down slightly, but I wanted to look at this oil. That's what I wanted to look at, because this one is this is what's going to hit our pocketbook the most right here. We have oil. So up again here, up over 1% at 81.97. This could rocket up like $100 so fast, and that's a massive move. But to $90 fairly easily. I think you can see even here in October, it was at 93 right here. Spiked up here. They brought it back down. I think really as they were, going through, they're going to try to keep it down, of course, but especially with everything going on in the world. The thing, and I know Matt's talked about it a couple of times as well. When we talk about oil being an indicator for a slowing economy, it absolutely is. But of course, if the economy is war, it takes a lot of oil to run those machines. So that can as well propel the price of oil and keep it up. So I think that's pretty interesting. I think we're going to have a crazy few weeks ahead of us. Of course, we will be at the Paris Blockchain Week, broadcasting live from the Paris Blockchain Week in a couple of weeks, as well as Blockchain Life there in Dubai. So we're really looking forward to getting back on the road and doing the show from the road. That's going to be pretty fun. Huh, David?
Super excited to hit the road. And, Dubai is always such a pleasure to arrive to, and definitely looking forward to Dubai. And
David's like, forget Paris, Dubai.
I heard that the food in Paris is pretty good. And, I do love the land of France. The water is like silky soft, the air is fresh, and it's really amazing land there in France. So I'm looking forward to Paris as well.
Yeah, Paris will be fun, but of course it's expensive. It's all these things, and everybody thinks that Dubai is expensive, but actually the truth is Dubai, all in all, is not that expensive. It's less expensive than a major city like London or Paris or something like that.
Yeah.
Or at least historically it has been.
Well, it has a broader price range, and everything has a nice, clean, high standard. So your Days Inn looks like a 5-star resort in Dubai.
That's a good point. It's also, it's just very nice. It's nice, guys. I mean, it's nice. It's like clean.
New.
They mop the sidewalks, okay?
Outside.
They mop the sidewalks, and we're about to go on a commercial break on your TVs and Smart Money Calls. So we're right back on the other side of the commercial break with our main man, Matt Dixon. They mop the sidewalks. Like, there's no gum on the sidewalks. No gum on the sidewalks in Dubai. They got the little Indian guys, and they chip it off.
And if you're a smoker, you can really test it. You can go ahead and toss your cigarette right there in the uh, in the road, and it'll be picked up pretty quickly.
Someone will pick it up. And they changed it now a little bit, where like you can have extended time there and stuff like that. But for the years that we've been going, you got a 10-year visa if you got a visa, or you just like us and you come in, for weeks or months at a time. But you got a 10-year visa, and then everybody was so scared to lose that visa that you didn't do anything wrong. I mean, someone started yelling at you or something, and you just like turned around and walked the other way. The last thing you want to do is get in trouble there. Like that's it. Like that was one of the things. Great to have you here, sir, Mr. Harvey Castro. It's one of those things, Yeah, wonderful place. Great to be here. Harvey must be in Dubai, actually, now that I look at that for a minute. Yeah, Dubai is very, very nice. It is nice. So looking forward to that. There's also just so much business, and that's the other thing about it. Everybody's not running around drunk or on some type of stuff. And so that leads to a very good place to do business, because the last thing I want to do if I'm trying to close a deal or put a deal together is have somebody across from me that's high as a kite or drunk or something. I mean, how in the world are you supposed to put a deal together like that? It's pretty rough.
It'll definitely cause a delay. They'll be second thinking, oh, maybe I'm just have a buzz. I don't know if I should really do this or not. Now it's hard to tell.
Yeah. So anyway, looking forward to that. So that's Paris Blockchain Week. That's the 9th to the 11th, I think. I think it's a little longer than that. But that's will be, of course, Global Boost Media will be an official partner there. So we're super excited about that. And that'll be one of our big ones there where we're doing the show. And then, of course, Blockchain Life is a massive event as well. 8,000 plus people there, and big event. So we'll be an official media partner there, broadcasting live. So super excited about all that stuff. Let me just run through as we're pulling on our main man here, just some of the crypto. I know he's going to focus. He's going to focus on memes. He's going to focus on meme coins. I think he's pretty excited about focusing on the meme coins, which is cool. It is Meme Monday, is what he was telling me. Oh, Meme Monday. All right. So Bitcoin here. Bitcoin, the mighty Bitcoin, up 1.2%, 67,791. That wasn't much of a retrace. Down 5.5% on the week. Ethereum is, let's see here. Let me just look at the weekly down here. Boom. Down 11.5% on the week, 11.7, 35.58. Solana, the big winner. I mean, holy smokes. Just massive gains there. $208. Up 10% on the day. 800% on the year. 30-day.
They must be getting that Meme Monday money.
They're getting that Meme Monday, aren't they? Well, the other thing about it is, they want all the Bitcoin. So if you want all the Bitcoins, what do? Pump the heck out of currency that you can and get everyone to drop their Bitcoins for your coin. They want all the Bitcoins. It doesn't mean it's not going to go higher. It's probably will go to $1,000. So, I mean, I'm long. Don't get me wrong. Let's see here. The doggy coin with a little bit of a pullback. The doggy coin, the Doge coin, the leading meme coin of all time, the very first one, the dog or the Doge, still up 90% on the year. 30-day up 73%. It is down 11% on the 14-day, 17% on the 7-day. It had a massive pump. Of course, everybody knows that that is Elon Musk, one of Elon Musk's favorite coins there. So Avalanche is, Shiba Inu is up about 3.5%, almost 4%. On the 7-day, though, down 20%. And I just wanted to look at this because actually I noticed something as I was doing this. Avalanche just flipped Doggy Coin and it flipped Shiba about a week ago or 5 days ago, and now it's flipped Doggy Coin as well as it moves up the charts. Currently in number 10 by market cap. Avalanche up 35% on the 7-day. Let's bring in our main man. We are back on your TVs in Texas, in Louisiana, on Smart Money Culture TV. We have our main man here, Mr. Matt Dixon. He looks very refreshed from his weekend. Did you golf?
Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, actually, I did. Went for a bit of practice, yeah. So much needed practice when you guys come into town.
Nice, yeah. You got to practice because
So what do you guys do to me
remember,
again?
David, he's like a sharp shooter over there, and I can hold my own.
Yeah.
You're gonna be in trouble.
It's
Who's
amazing.
gonna be your mate? Does Nick golf?
No, I'll search around, find a pro somewhere to help me out.
He is gonna get a pro. That's exactly what he's gonna do.
So yeah, David's absolutely right. Solana absolutely booming. There's a couple of, because we're going to focus today on some of those meme coins. There's a couple of them.
Well, actually, Solana is one of the ways that they're doing it is with these art and these meme coins, because these artists they get them to, okay, put your art on our chain. So they put the art on the chain, they do the NFT or whatever else, and then they buy it. They buy it, or they put it out there and someone else buys it. And as soon as someone buys it, then they go, "Oh man, that's great! This Solana, this stuff is great." And it's like they're advertising. It's like this advertising machine that ends up happening. Very clever. We've been studying it a bit.
Yeah, Solana has been smashing volume records, hasn't it? So it's been absolutely booming. I mean, do you know? I think it was Friday. Solana volume was actually more than the whole of Uniswap put together. That's just Solana one token.
It's unbelievable, and as it's been on this last tear, of course, the Solana tokens, they've all been doing very well or whatever. But I mean, when you have an asset that's like that is just really taking off, it's it's like everybody trading in everything for Bitcoin when Bitcoin's on a tear. You know, we've all been there. So it's been a blessing and a curse, I think, for the ecosystem, where they'll have these big moves up and down, because when you're trading against something like that, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's been quite amazing. So a couple of those meme coins. I've actually shared my screen, Bruce. If you can share it, please.
Yes, look at that. Oh yeah, he's got it. What a great beginning slide. And I have to apologize. I have to blow my nose. I finally, after all these months, I was like the last man standing for months. Everyone got sick multiple times, and then me. And now I have a little something. Anyway.
So, a couple of those, we'll start with something serious, of course, but a couple of those meme coins, there's Bonk and then Bohm, which is Book of Meme. They are actually both on Solana, and they've absolutely rocketed. We'll just have a quick look at those in a minute. But this is actually, I just took a screenshot of your screenshot that you just showing on a moment ago of the oil price. Yep. And you're absolutely right. This is gradually hotting up. It really is just like heating the pot up very, very slowly, but it's gradually heating up. And eventually it will come to the boil. Nobody knows exactly when. And we're now beginning to see the oil price just bubbling up a little bit, getting a bit higher. And this will cause, as you say, it will cause inflation problems. And it's going to cause a massive headache for the Fed. And it's the Fed who are meeting on, Wednesday of this week, a couple of days' time now, to decide the interest rates. And almost definitely, they cannot afford to lower interest rates. The economy is beginning to ask for interest rate reductions because it's becoming a little bit stressed, but they can't possibly reduce interest rates with inflation still almost twice the target rate. And
they're already saying that. They came out and said, that 2% target, we're going to move it to 3%.
Yeah, I've heard about 3%, but they're still above 3%. So
they're well above 3%. But I'm saying they've been saying my whole life 2%. We target a 2% inflation rate.
Yeah, that's definitely a case of moving the goalposts.
Yes,
and I wish we could all do that. So this is one really to watch. It's not just the fact is they'll leave rates on hold, and yes, they're going. The word is out that the target may be 3% now, not 2%, and all this moving around, shifting the goalposts. But they're in a bad situation because they need to stimulate the economy. They're going to need to. We've shown all the signs going over and over again that recession is coming. They need to lower rates, but they can't lower rates because we've got sky-high inflation. Why have they got sky-high inflation? Yes, there is external issues with rattling the sabers, war and everything around the world, with Russia, Ukraine, Middle East and everything. There's all of that, but also it's a result of all this money printing they've been doing back in 2008, then back in 2020, and so on and so on. And they will be printing money again this year. So that's why crypto is basically a choice, an asset of choice, I think, particularly Bitcoin at the moment with the ETF approval. So this was the last Fear and Greed, it was 88. Today's Fear and Greed is down to 77. That's just a result of the bit of a price drop that you mentioned over the weekend on everything except Solana, or most things except Solana. Solana continued to power ahead, of course, but Bitcoin did fall from 73, wasn't it, to about 65, I think it dipped to. Now picking up again. So that greed indicator is still in a situation of extreme greed. And we really need to be careful that the bubble could burst at some point if things kick off in the Middle East. But I'm just showing this slide, not to shill the course or anything of that sort, but when I'm looking at learning how to trade, there are many different ways you can trade, and different things that you can trade. And the reason I'm touching on meme coins today, we can't just ignore a sector which is absolutely booming. Now, there may be no basis behind this, but we still need to look at it and at least educate people, because learning how to trade is just about increasing people's awareness of what this market is about. If these sort of things had been available when crypto started, probably a lot more of us would have got into Bitcoin in the early days. So It's just important to be aware of the opportunities that there are. So I looked up ChatGPT, and just to see what they said, a meme coin is a type of cryptocurrency that gains popularity through internet memes, etc., etc. So we've all heard of meme coins, and I just put this definition on just so as we know. I'm sure most people know, but just so as people know what they're about. Effectively, they have no traditional fundamental factors or particular use case, although some of them can change. They can actually change their look, and they can actually build use cases, and we'll look at that in a little bit. So meme coins, trick or treat, it really can be. It is a case of trick or treat. They can actually go to the moon, but you have to be very careful, and we will look at some of those. These are some of this is actually the top 10 at the moment. So Doge at the top. Some of these statistics are absolutely amazing. I mean, look at the market cap of Doge, Dogecoin, as Bruce likes to call it. We're looking at $20 billion market cap here for Doge alone. Absolutely phenomenal. And then just going down to number 10, Dogecoin, even there you have $355 million market cap. Shiba Inu, $16 billion market cap. Pepe, $3 billion. Pepe is just a bit of a joke, and it's $3 billion market cap. And you can see the amount of, not the circulating supply, but sorry, the volume. The actual volume traded, for normal volumes, we're talking 2 billion basically here, traded on Doge in 24 hours. Shiba Inu, it's almost $2.5 billion traded in 24 hours. These meme coins are just something else, and so they can't really be ignored. Some of them are brand new. We'll look at some of these, but Bonk is one that a lot of people got really excited about, had some phenomenal gains. Book of Meme is a really new one. Just look at that gain, 7-day gain, 1,372% return or gain on your money if you got in at the start. And that's the big issue about these things. Once they're up and running, they're actually quite a big risk because they've got no real use case behind them, most of them. Doge is actually building a use case, and again, we can touch on that. But I hope you'll bear with me a moment just as I look at this, as I kind of show this analogy. I think it's really helpful to understand how the crypto world works. I mean, the stellar nebula is basically a bunch of gas, and the gas is effectively the capital that's spread around the world in individual people's hands. So the capital is there, and it's only when you concentrate capital that it actually can become useful and you can build something out of it. So when the gas becomes concentrated through the action of gravity, it can coalesce into, well, obviously planets, and then you get the big planets like Jupiter, and then you get the average star. And basically what happens is what you're doing then is building an ecosystem which has a use case, and the average star is obviously useful and has a long life, and that's like a good crypto, like Ethereum, like there's so many out there, XRP, etc., etc. So these are the ecosystems that can be built by coalescing the capital, concentrating that capital, putting it to good use. But many of these things, you may be aware that a lot of cryptos, there's actually a cycle that many of them come to nothing after a period of time. So they go into what's the main sequence of a star, and then eventually they blow up, and then the core of it shrinks into a white dwarf, eventually cools down to nothing. And that's actually what happens with most cryptos. So timing is everything when it comes to investment. But if we go down the other one, where you have a massive star, this is where a lot of capital is coalesced very, very quickly. And this reminds me of a meme coin situation where a lot of capital, in fact, that book of meme is almost a joke to start with, but there's literally, tens of millions came in very, very quickly. And when you get such a massive coalescence of capital, eventually it becomes a supergiant, supernova. And that's kind of, for me, what these meme coins are like. They shine brighter than anything. They actually shine brighter than a billion suns. A supernova shines brighter than a billion suns. That's like these meme coins when we look at the performance. But the problem is they can then actually just collapse into a black hole and disappear completely. And that's kind of the life cycle of a meme coin. In general, unless they do something with all the capital that's been accumulated, unless they do something good with it, like Shiba is actually building now a proper ecosystem, a chain, lots of use cases around it. But if you don't do... Absolutely, yeah. So, we'll just look at a couple of those. Dogecoin, up 65x. So anyone who got into Dogecoin, it was the first, basically, the first big meme coin. Anyone who got in, 65x, you put in $10,000. Haven't even thought what that's worth, but is that 6.5 or 65 million? $10,000, let's think. It's a lot anyway. You'd be very, very wealthy. I'm usually a mathematician, but my mind's not working well right now.
I have a hard time doing math on air, which is interesting. Because I normally am so good at it. I can kind of put together numbers. You don't even have to add them. I can just come out with a number, But yeah, on air, I'm I don't know. It's funny.
Yeah. So Floki, as you said, another amazing one. It's done 10x in 10 weeks. So if you'd invested at the start of this year, we're 10 weeks into the year, you'd have done 10x. So invest $10,000. That's an easy one. You'd have $100,000 right now. But they're not all these amazing stories. We're obviously talking about the ones you can see really what's happened. A lot of people come in towards the end of the pump, and then the price starts to fall, and some people get trapped. But that's the same with every crypto. So you've got to be careful, particularly with these meme coins, because bear in mind, in general, they have no particular use. They're just there. They basically attract capital, and it's effectively, the money just piles in, and people can make a lot of money out of it. But somebody has to be left holding the bag at the end of the day, unless they eventually use that capital to build something. So here's Shiba Inu. It's based on Dogecoin, actually. Again, it has absolutely zero purpose, apart from it's made people money. But what's amazing is it does actually abide with the Elliott wave rules. And quite amazing. From the top, we had an A wave down. I measured that, transposed it to the top of the B wave, and we actually got the perfect target here for the end of this. So it's basically an AB. Anyway, it basically gave us an exact target for the end of this Y wave. So quite interesting that they tend to obey all the rules, even though they're not based on anything in particular. And the reason for that is, as long as there's liquidity there, if it's a fully liquid market, obey, because they're still based on supply and demand. And these tend to have a massive supply, which is why they have a really minimal price, but the demand is very, very high. It doesn't matter how low the price is. If the demand is there, you get the price increase. And we can see here, SHIB has done 16x in less than 2 months. So again, $10,000, you could have $160,000 if you've been involved with SHIB. I mean, here's one of the amazing ones, Bonk. I know a few of my friends got into this, made a lot of money out of it, did really well, and got out. Some got out too early. Some are still in there. It could go higher as long as the market continues to go higher. I mean, this is a Solana-based token, and Sol is booming. It's not just based on Sol; it's based on the supply and demand for Bonk, and the demand is absolutely through the roof. A bit like Bitcoin, the demand is sky high, way more than the supply right now, and that's actually kind of the situation here. That there's a massive demand for these kind of tokens, and why not when people can make 250x? That's what people made.
That's like these things. So when they start these things on the dexes, so they have the Radium is the favorite, RAYDIUM. They start at like a little, like very, very, very small, and then if you're like, you could like literally, you could just like watch the decks as they are released. I was talking to David about it, and you throw like $100 at everyone that launches, or $50. And now the problem is, of course, I don't know if the numbers would work out, but if you catch one of those that goes up 1,000, I mean, they all go up 1,000x. They all go from that moment they start, and then everybody just buy, and then it's like very small volume or whatever, or can be very small volume that takes them all the way up. But that's like that's the model behind the whole thing. It's pretty fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, it is amazing, and the problem is getting into late on these things. They're not meant to be hodl opportunities. They're not things that you buy and hold because they've got no use behind them. They're there purely if you get in early enough at the start. There is potential, and there's a lot of them don't actually. It's like the star analogy, the gas that gathers together. Some of them never actually get critical mass, never get nuclear fusion, never actually ignite. And that's actually what's critical. It's when they ignite and actually they shine bright, and you get all the internet looking at them and money piling in, and that's what makes them. But a lot of them don't actually ignite. So it's not a cert, it's just an opportunity. So as you say, a lot of people often put just a small amount of money that they can afford to lose, and potential, if you can do 250x, for example, as Bonk did here, even $100, you're going to be really, really happy. You'd be $25,000 if you just put if you put $100, you'd be $25,000. So that's the sort of kind of life-changing opportunity with some of these, but they're not all, and it could be $100 down the drain. Here's the one Book of Meme. It's happened really, really quickly. It actually had a surge of I got this off the internet, 2,000% in, I think it's 48 hours. So again, $100 at 2,000%. It's very, very serious.
You're like, all right, let me get my calculator. How much is that? I mean, it's like, and with the DEX, it's an interesting situation because, of course, it can. But the way they start these things, it's locked. So that's all public. Now, locked is a relative term because if the person has a ton of coins, a ton of tokens, of course, locked doesn't matter. They can just join it that way. But the old days or in the early days, they would pump these things, and then the person would just take all the liquidity out. But they're a little bit more organized.
They're a little bit more organized these days. So obviously nobody's going to invest if there's no stipulations to what's going to happen with the money. So I've been looking around myself. I found one that I'll give it a go. As you say, you just put a little bit in and see, maybe if you want, just to see if it works. But I think 50% goes for the pre-sale and 50% goes to the LP. So basically, we're talking about with the, so there, that 50% of it's with the LP. So you've got some reasonable security there. You're not hanging on to it forever. You're not locked forever. Normally, it's just a matter of days or a week or something like that from when you actually go to the pre-sale that it actually goes online and can potentially appreciate and make you or lose your money, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, I mean, Pepe, again, this crazy.
Oh my gosh. I had so many friends that made so much money on Pepe. I'm like, I told him, I was like, you better sell. If you don't sell, I'm going to come and punch you myself, They turned grand into like 100 grand and stuff. I'm like, you like at least sell like half of it or something.
Yeah, absolutely. You need to, once you made some serious money, at least sell half. I mean, you never know, because some of them can actually go on and build proper use cases and can really become something. But if you sell half and you've made a multi-X on your money and you sell half.
Did you lose audio on him, or is it just me?
I lost him as well.
So
we lost your audio there for a minute. Maybe you got a call or something.
Yeah, it's okay. Just saying that basically, you know, even now, it's still near the top.
Yeah.
I trust you can hear me.
No, actually, this was on the last cycle, and I have to say, you know, the thing about currency is, and cryptocurrencies and these meme coins and whatnot, is that it's really community driven. It's community based, and so if you have a community, and the community is growing, then the price will go up.
Lost you now, Bruce. Oh, you're back.
If you, I don't know. I was saying, if you have a community and the community is growing, then the price will go up. So if Pepe has this big community, it goes up. This is David. Your internet's fine, right? It's Matt. Matt, you're in and out today.
Okay, so is it my internet? I mean, it seems fine now.
Yeah, it's fine now. David and I seem to be fine, so I think it's on your end.
Okay. Well, sorry about that. It's a shame, because these amazing opportunities. So I'm just going to jump into this one, because it's one I've been looking around for a new one, basically. So all of the old ones, once they're out there, there's no opportunity. So I was just looking for one which is launching, and there's actually loads. So don't pick on this one in particular. There's lots of opportunities out there. I just have to find this one as a new one that's coming out. So as I said, it could be a 100x supernova, or it could be a brown dwarf that never ignites. This one, it's a minimum 0.1 Solana. 50% goes to pre-sale, 50% goes to the LP. Allocation 3 days after the sale closes. And I understand it's already open, and that the sale closes. Let's see, when does it close? Closes midnight the 4th. Sorry, the 18th of the 4th. That's tonight, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. So it says deposit by the. Okay. That's wrong. That's me, because I wrote this on here trying to copy what they put. But anyway, it actually closes tomorrow night. So I will check on that. I'll revise that. But it closes tomorrow night, I understand. And I understand anything that goes in today attracts a 20% bonus. And that's the Solana deposit address. So again, this is just one, but don't stick to this one. You can look for any others out there. This is just one. And as I think David's view of putting $50 or $100 into various opportunities is actually not a bad idea, because any one of these could be a winner, or any one of them could be a brown dwarf, as they say, that could actually come out as nothing. But I'll leave that with you. As I say, I think the sale's already open on it, so we'll see how that goes. We'll report back tomorrow just to see how that one's gone. But I did want to touch on Solana as a final thing, because it's been absolutely booming, and I think it's even above this right now. But we can see that it's still potentially got a lot higher to go. We've had wave 1 up in red, 2 down in red, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in blue, which isn't even complete. That will complete 3 in red. Then we'll get a wave 4 in red. Then we get a wave 5 to new all-time highs, I suspect, with Solana. So whilst we've got probably a little bit higher to go at the moment, we will get a little bit of a pullback. But then I think we're going to push to new all-time highs for Solana. And that's obviously assuming we don't get any political issues, geopolitical issues, or anything like that. But that's, that's an amazing, been the most amazing token. And we featured this, I think it was possibly even on the first session of this show, the Impact Money show, was when I talked about Solana being the one which goes up most and goes down least. And it's absolutely been proved to be 100% right. Of the main tokens, this has been the one to be involved with. It's been absolutely phenomenal. So
Yeah, I don't know another one that's done. I mean, I'm sure there are. Yeah, but this one, I mean, I told you, like, I told my friend not to buy it. I'm sure he doesn't talk to me anymore. At $11, don't buy that one.
Yeah. And it's always when the market's in the doldrums, not looking too good, when it's bouncing around at the low points down here, you're never quite sure whether to get in. But some of these are amazing opportunities. And as I say, Solana, just on a comparative basis, I love doing that kind of analysis. And the opportunity compared to other cryptos was absolutely amazing. It really shone out. And I love the name Sol. I mean, it just reminds me of the sun. And
Yeah.
I just think it is bright, shining bright like the sun. And I think it will continue because the fundamentals are very good. Everything's good. There's so many a lot of these meme coins are now listing on Solana. I think it's going to be the retail chain of choice for people.
It's like,
so
it's made, I mean, it's put Ethereum to shame, if you ask me. But it is the same type of thing that happened with Ethereum, back when. I mean, Ethereum's $3,500, $4,000 now. Like, you know what I mean? It doubles from here is a big load. Solana doubling from 100 to 200 wasn't that big of a load. I mean, easy for me to say, but
Solana was 260
yes,
not that long ago. And I know people again who bought it at very low, just a matter of cents, held it up to a very low price. They bought it, held it up to 260. It came all the way back down to $8. I think, as far as I'm aware, they're still holding it, so they're probably starting to get happy again now. But it looks as though it's got a long way to go to the upside still. And as I say, all those people who are building their ecosystems, NFTs, meme coins, whatever it is, a lot of them are now choosing Solana. So
because of that community, like I said, the community is like it's like the most important thing, really. I mean, you need to have and then if you have the technology that is strong underneath it, obviously technology is strong with Solana, then you have a situation where why wouldn't you build on it, kind of thing? You know what I mean? Like, it just makes sense. So then if you're building your whatever it is, token or meme token or anything else, then you build it on Solana and you're entering into that already large community that's there. So yeah, they're looking really strong right now. I think I mean I've once it really started popping again and they fixed themselves with the whole STX thing or FTX, and
yeah,
I thought this thing's going to $1,000. Of course, I thought Litecoin was going to $1,000. I still think it will one day.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, but as I say, when you compare them, Litecoin against Solana, as I say, when the market's going up, Solana goes up more, and when it's going down, Solana goes down less. So on a comparative basis, it doesn't mean you put all your eggs in one basket, and by all means diversify. But even within the crypto sectors, so I do think that some of these main coins, like Solana, like Bitcoin, like Ethereum, and those top tokens, XRP, should form main part of your crypto portfolio, but you should still probably dabble. As I say, they're not hodl situations, but you should still probably dabble in some of the other more, more exciting, possibly, opportunities. And I know some big investors who actually do exactly what David's doing, and they, for them, may not be $50 or $100. They might be putting $10,000 per crypto, but into the likes of these meme coins. And when you get one right, obviously it's massive. But diversification, spreading your assets is absolutely key in crypto and across the whole of assets. It just makes sense to diversify.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's it for today. As I say, that's one opportunity that I may be worth having a go at. As I say, get a 20% bonus. So personally, I have to be transparent. I suppose personally, I'm going to give that a dabble because it's one I highlighted. I'm not chasing any of these big ones, these big opportunities. I'm not chasing them because they've already done their stuff. That's why I just look for something which is right on the ground floor that has potential. I think once these, like a supernova, it's already shone bright and they can die very quickly and collapse into a black hole. And that's potentially what can happen with meme coins. They shine very, very bright and then they collapse. It's just about getting into them before they start to shine bright. So I hope that was helpful.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. we're not always talking about the Houthis and oil and everything else. We also talk about meme coins. Okay. On the
Absolutely everything. Talk about anything.
And the market watch portion of the Impact Money Show. That's always a pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely. Same here. Yeah. So look forward to something fresh and something new tomorrow.
Absolutely. Yep. We're in full gear over here. I think that I don't know, the news cycle here is crazy. I think you're a little bit isolated from it in Dubai. Over here it'll just make you.
Yeah, the most we have to worry about right now is when it rains, but the sun's back out.
When it rains, there's not good drainage, so be careful. And you usually get warned about it.
But you're absolutely right. The basically business in Dubai is good. There's people are quite serious out here, and the thing is, it's kind of a small, concentrated place. You can actually get to meet so many people without having to travel. I mean, in America, you probably have to travel to cities across the whole country. Same in the UK, really. Even across London, it's such a effort to travel, to these places. But Dubai is actually really well connected. You can get. They say you can get anywhere in Dubai in 20 minutes. Not quite true, but it's not a long way off that. You can actually get to anywhere in Dubai in a relatively short period of time.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I can't wait to get back. That's for sure.
Look forward to seeing you. Thank you.
Amazing. Well, thank you, sir. Matt, we will see you in the morning.
Yeah, and again, if there's any particular asks or anything that anybody wants me to look at from the community, I'll happily do that. So, yeah, look forward to tomorrow. Pleasure to be here, and bye for now. See you, David. See you, Bruce.
Cheers.
Always a pleasure, Matt.
All the best. Bye-bye.
So this whole the meme coin craze has been absolutely it's been interesting. Of course, you can make obviously millions of dollars on these things. I mean, it's really unbelievable. Some of the things that you can do with this stuff, and it's fun. One of the ways, David, that we always had fun with this stuff. I mean, look at all the skits and stuff that we did with the mascots. I mean, those were the original memes, right?
Oh yeah, that's kind of true.
Yeah. It really, we were doing all kinds of skits. I want to do some more skits. Maybe we'll have to do some skits in Paris.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. I think so. I think it would be a lot of fun. We will see how that all goes. Pretty excited about doing that. Let's see here. I just wanted to look at a couple other things here. So our good friends over at, let me just get my, our good friends, 48. Minutes, sorry. So one of the fun things about doing this is, of course, it's just everything happens so fast, right? It just all happens so fast. It's so fun. And, one of our good friends over at one of our good friends, the meme coins that we really love is, of course, the Shib with hat with the pink hat. And they have recently garnered the attention of Elon Musk. Believe it or not.
Really?
Yes, Elon, or it appears anyway. It appears because Elon is now posting. He's posting now Shibs because he has a Shiba. He's posting Shiba with a hat. Their NFT competition.
So let's go.
And look, and Elon is now posting his Shiba with a hat. Exclamation point. Okay, talking about favorite meme coin. Shib with hat. Sorry, I just want to get this out here on Impact Money Show. The community keeps growing rapidly as they do multiple things to engage new users. There's 60 SOL up for grabs in their NFT competition. And Elon Musk is now posting his Shiba with the hat.
Amazing.
I want to show some of this stuff because this is actually pretty cool. If I head over there to their page, let me just put this on here, and I'll share my screen. Here we go. Over to the great ship with that. The ship with that. Make sure to give them a follow. Shib with Coin is their thing here. Of course, it's this fun thing about meme coins, and everybody now, not everybody, but people are doing the hat, right? The pink hat is their deal. So Elon posts this pic with the dog with the hat. This is, of course, dog designer CB_doggy is. Everybody kind of thinks that's probably his. It's Elon's burner account, and he's posting that. But let me just show you. There he is. Posting now. These guys have been relentless, David. There's David. Oh, there we are with the pink hats. David says, "Woof woof goes the shit with that army. Solana flipped BNB and soon 1 billion. We will be." David and I have a rap coming out. I don't know if you guys know that. I'm not going to give you too much information on it, but this competition that they're doing. So if you get one of their NFTs, then it enters you in for a competition, and they're giving away 60 Solana. 60 Solana. And they moved the date, but 60 Solana. It's 20 Solana for 3 different people. You buy one NFT. They are 3 Solana a piece. And they've been really moving. So if you want to participate in that. The one of the reasons why I like this one is a lot of times, you don't get to talk to the people, or you don't, participate in them. But since we started, this one garnered our attention. We have really, the community has really just totally put their arms around us, and we love that community. The ship with that community is a lot of fun. So we're having a lot of fun with that. I can't wait to have them with us as well in Paris. In Paris, they are up there. It looks like they are rebounding here. Let me just they are rebounding off of support. Up 22% on the 6 hours. Up about 12% on the hour. This always happens during our show, David.
Right?
Yes.
Nice.
It's a shift.
Well, that's a good indicator for everybody watching.
That is a good indicator for everybody watching. So we will see you guys in 5 hours. David, you're the man. We will talk right after this show. We have a lot going on, guys. I know we have. We're going to be all over the place, putting together our road show. My youngest daughter is like, "Dad, I heard you talking. You're not leaving us. What's going on?"
Oh,
I know. It's great to be loved. It really is nice to be loved. It's because your wife, she ends up not liking you after a while, but then the kids, they still like you, so it's okay. No, I'm kidding. Good times. All right. Well, we will see you guys in 5 hours. Signing off.
see you in 5 hours.
Your voice is powerful. When combined with social engagement, it's a force for change. Decentralized media paired with free speech is the catalyst for an empowered world and a unified, invaluable ecosystem. Join Global Boost, become a champion of free speech, and help to reshape the future of media.